read in one of T.L. Osborne's books of a woman. She had been a nun for 80 years. 80 years, nun. She was a nun since she was a child. That means never known a man, never got involved in any of the things like young people are involved in. She was in the temple of Buddha, praying all her life. 80 years of religion. Her heart was still feeling guilt. She was still full of guilt. She was still full of fear. She had what you would say is a nice person. Nice person, doing all the religious things for 80 years. She heard that a man was coming to town. He was going to be preaching about Jesus. So she decided to come and attend the meeting. And she stood by the fringes at the back. And while this man was preaching and talking about righteousness, talking about justification, and right there, as he preached the gospel, suddenly what she had been looking for 80 years in religion, she found out it was not embedded in religious rituals. It was not embedded in human activities. It wasn't embedded in any of those things. That this righteousness of God was revealed to her in the message, in the good news, that this righteousness is a person. Right there, 80 years, she was crying. She had taken a cloth and covered herself because she didn't want anybody to recognize her, because she had to wear, there was a kind of clothing that they had to wear. She had covered herself, but she didn't know when she pulled all those clothes out and she was walking down, tears running down her eyes. Suddenly, for the first time, she found out that righteousness is a free gift. That there's nothing you can do to a gift but to receive it. There's no right reaction to a gift but to receive it. That righteousness was in Christ. I tell you, it's easy to preach the gospel. Just ask the person, have you got righteousness? How did you get it? How did you get it? There's nothing else. There's no way you can study and be righteous. Who is here with me? I've studied all the planets. I've studied, I've studied the human bodies. Finished studying. Now I'm now righteous. No. Therein is the righteousness of God. Not societal righteousness. The righteousness of God. Who understands what I mean by societal righteousness? Not societal righteousness. A society can have what they call their standard. Because righteousness is a standard. That's what it is. Righteousness is a standard. Righteousness is a standard. So righteousness is God's standard that gives you the right, gives you the authority, gives you the privilege to stand before God without a sense of guilt or inferiority. In fact, righteousness makes you equal with God. That's what righteousness is. Equality with God. Have you got it? Have you got it? As soon as the man starts stammering, you say, there's no way you can get it. You couldn't work so hard. You couldn't have been more righteous than that nun for 80 years. You couldn't have been. Because righteousness can't be found anywhere else. Therein, in the gospel, is the righteousness of God revealed, unveiled, manifested from faith to faith. That you're not owing someone don't mean you are fine. You're not owing anybody, but you can't help anybody. You can't help anybody. You can do nothing. All your debts have been paid, but you are not living. Bible says they who receive the abundance of grace. abundance of grace. The abundance. Some receive grace. They've not come into the abundance of grace.